So Black Ops 7's been out for a few days now, and there's been a lot of discourse surrounding the matchmaking system and whether or not Treyarch did a rug pull and lied about removing skill-based matchmaking from the core playlist and baking it into every playlist, whether you're playing open or standard. That's because there's been a lot of people who have been noticing that they've been put into a lot of sweaty lobbies, which they did not expect. With skill-based matchmaking being removed, you would think all the sweats would be gone and you'd have, like, a lot of games where you're just pub stomping and destroying people. Like, yeah, it's definitely sweatier than you would expect with skill-based matchmaking being removed, but make no mistake about it, it's been removed. And I can tell, because despite I am put into a lot of sweaty lobbies, it's still far less than the sweatiness of skill-based matchmaking from my experience playing every single skill-based matchmaking Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2019, right? You could easily tell the difference, even just between this and Black Ops 6 last year. You know, compared to all those games, Black Ops 7 has much faster matchmaking because it doesn't try to find the right players with the right skill level that's matched to yours. Matchmaking took so much longer because of that, and also, obviously, the lobbies disbanding after every match, which is no longer the case with Black Ops 7. So that's another thing that helps as well. But what really made me realize that skill-based matchmaking was gone was when I was playing a match in, I forget the name of that map with the shipping containers and it's really small. Not talking about shipment, this is a different map that's new to Black Ops 7. Well, I wasn't having a good game. My team was getting destroyed, and I just wasn't having any fun. So I decided to quit the lobby and try to find another match, and I instantly get put back into the same match that I just quit, which has literally never happened to me since Black Ops 4, at least. Like, that's not something that happens in the skill-based matchmaking Call of Duty games. You would just be waiting for 2 to 3 minutes to find another match. So yeah, at the end of the day, you're still playing a lot of sweaty matches, but there is a little bit more variance in the experience that you have. I've noticed a lot more lopsided matches playing in Black Ops 7 than any of the Modern Warfare games and Vanguard and Cold War and Black Ops 6. Yeah, definitely. But there are a lot of theories out there about them doing a rug pull, like people saying, you know, as soon as I prestige, I'm suddenly in lobbies with a bunch of prestige people. Like, dude, it's like, I didn't play the game as much as other people have, like a lot of content creators, because I work a full-time job. I'm obviously not even close to being a full-time YouTuber, so I don't have enough time to really, like, level up and grind as much as other people are. But I could tell you, like, when I was still level 10, 15, 20, I was already seeing people who were, like, almost second prestige. And that was within 24 hours of launch. I guess it was a little bit more than that because I know a lot of people did the New Zealand thing, but still. So, you know, but I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, as soon as I hit first prestige, now I'm only playing against prestige people. I'm like, no, there are actually a fuck ton of people that are grinding out this game and playing it like a full-time job. Call of Duty's just different now, man. Like, you're never gonna go back to the days of Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 and MW3, where you're just, like, you're playing and there's a whole bunch of noobs that have no idea what the hell they're doing. Call of Duty's been a mainstay in the gaming industry and the online FPS genre for almost 20 years now, right? It's something that everyone has played at least once in their life, and the thing is, like, if you've only played Call of Duty 4 and never played any game up until Black Ops 7, and you pick up Black Ops 7, you're gonna have a pretty good idea of what to do in the game. Like, it's really not a very high skill ceiling, and the skill floor, certainly, it doesn't really take a lot to understand the core mechanics of the game, as opposed to, let's say, like an Insurgency or even a hero shooter that, you know, is a lot more complex. So my point is, you're gonna have more of a quote-unquote skilled player pool because of the fact that Call of Duty doesn't really take that much effort to be skilled at. And of course, you know, I'm saying that as someone who isn't really doing particularly well in this match. To be fair, this was like my second match of Black Ops 7, but, you know, I have been playing Call of Duty since 2009, since MW2, but I'm never someone who has been, like, amazing at the game, because, of course, you know, there certainly are people that are a lot better than others. I'm not trying to say, like, everyone's always on par, and you're always going to be playing sweaty matches, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're having a game that comes out that is completely new, that no one's ever experienced anything like it before. And the mechanics are just, like, so different and take so much learning and understanding. And it's like the game just came out. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of people that aren't going to understand what to do. And you're going to have a hard time, like, playing well. But Call of Duty is not that kind of game. That's what I'm trying to say, is that it's a little bit different comparing Call of Duty to other games. So, yeah, and also, like, going to back in, the so-called golden years of Call of Duty, where, you did have a lot more people that were brand new and didn't understand how to play the game, but now it's been such an institution that, like, yeah, you're gonna have a lot more people that are competent, at the very least. Skilled is a difference, but at least competent players that know how to play. And I think it really comes down to, I've seen a lot of content creators making videos. I've skimmed through them and them just complaining and talking about how Treyarch lied, and they actually did bring skill-based matchmaking into it. It's just the same as every other Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2019. And I'm just like, you're living in an alternate reality, because that is clearly not the case. I've put, like, maybe not a crazy amount of hours into the game like other people have, but I have close to 10 hours logged in, and I can tell you that from my experience, I've noticed a night and day difference in terms of matchmaking. And a lot of people who are mad about the matchmaking of Black Ops 7, I honestly believe are people that are mad that with the removal, or at least serious toning down of skill-based matchmaking, there's a lot less exploitation in the matchmaking. And it's actually easier for a lot of people, if they know what they're doing, to have gotten into bot lobbies, essentially, in the SBMM games, because of reverse boosting, because of all the other tricks that you can use to get into easy lobbies. Like, people were doing that for years. And I think what's happening is that a lot of these streamers who, they need to make a living off of playing well and getting like a 5 KD every single match and just going hard every single time, now they're like being embarrassed because they're like, shit, I'm not doing so well. I'm getting like maybe like a 1.2 KD or a 1.5 or maybe even a 2 or a 2.5. That's still not good enough, because, I want people to think I'm actually like a god at this game, and I want people to be entertained and to keep watching and to keep donating, you know what I mean? So I think that's honestly the ulterior motive here when it comes to a lot of these negative videos and this content about, talking about SBMM and claiming, baselessly claiming that Treyarch has lied somehow and has misrepresented its matchmaking system. But there's just an overall crazy amount of hate towards this game, and people just shitting on it any chance they can get. And I know that 95% of all the negativity that this game has is from people who have never played it, don't intend on ever playing it, and it's like, okay, well, your opinion's worthless. Like, what do you have to bring to the table if you're just shitting on a game that you're not going to play? I don't understand that mentality. I really don't. And I was around during Infinite Warfare and how much hate that game got, and I was on the hate train back then. But it turned out that I actually missed out on a great game during its prime, and it's stupid to just mindlessly hate on something just because everyone else is, and it's the cool thing to do. Give the game a fucking chance, and actually try it out for yourself. And if you don't like it, fine, but the hate this game has gone way too far, and it's definitely not deserved.